You ever get that feeling of déjà vu when you're watching a movie or reading a book? That sense that you've kind of seen this story before? Well, there's a really good reason for that. Today, we're going to break down that feeling by digging into a classic storytelling structure called the hero's journey, all through this beautiful little fairy tale, Lumi and the Guardian of the Heartstar. Seriously, what is it that makes a hero? Is it superpowers? Is it incredible strength? Or is it something else entirely? Well, the hero's journey tells us that heroism usually starts out pretty small. So let's follow a tiny fairy named Lumi and see just how an ordinary character living in a pretty ordinary world can become something truly extraordinary.
All right, so every single hero's journey has to start somewhere, and that somewhere is called the ordinary world. This is home base for our hero. It's where they're comfortable, where everything is familiar. It's the before picture. And for Lumi, that world is this magical forest just filled with this soft, beautiful glow.
So here we are in the Whispering Woods. And you gotta understand, this isn't just a backdrop, it's a real community. Everyone has a purpose, life is good, it's predictable, it's peaceful. This is our baseline, and it's super important to establish this sense of normal before, well, everything gets turned upside down. And this right here, Dreamlight, this is what it's all about. This definition is absolutely key because it tells us what's at stake. This isn't just some pretty, sparkly light. No, it's the lifeblood of their world, and it has a direct effect on ours. This glow is the harmony that our hero is going to have to fight for. And here she is. Here's our hero, Lumi. Now, notice, she's not the biggest or the strongest or the wisest fairy in the woods. She's described as small with this big heart. She has this deep desire to help, but she just doesn't think she has what it takes. This is our hero before the adventure comes knocking.
You see, a hero's journey never really kicks off until that ordinary world is in danger. In storytelling, we call this the inciting incident. It's that one big event that just shatters the hero's normal life and basically forces them onto a whole new path. It is the moment that changes everything.
And bam, the change is drastic. This little comparison shows you a world that's been plunged into chaos. The humming is gone, replaced by silence. The glowing flowers, the bright stars, everything is dull. That feeling of peace, it's been replaced by worry. The world as Lumi knows it, it's broken. The queen just lays it all out there. This is a massive problem. The very source of all their magic, their whole purpose, is failing. This isn't just a minor issue, it's a full-blown crisis. And you know what a crisis needs? A hero. Okay, so the problem's on the table. Now comes the call to adventure. This is that moment when the hero is given a challenge, a mission, a quest. And more often than not, the one who steps up is the person you would least expect. And this is it. This is the moment. Lumi, the very same Lumi who just a second ago was wishing she was brave enough, she makes a choice. And that quiet little, "I'll go," is somehow louder than all the panicked silence around her. She accepts the call. Her journey has officially begun. And of course, her quest is not going to be a walk in the park. This is what's known as the Road of Trials. Basically, a series of tests that are designed to challenge the hero in all sorts of ways. And look at these steps. You've got a scary place, an internal emotional challenge, and a physical test. It covers all the bases. Maybe the biggest hurdle for any hero is their own self-doubt, that little voice in your head. The River of Reflections makes Lumi look her biggest fear right in the eye, the belief that she's just not good enough, that she's going to fail. This is such a classic, crucial test of a hero's spirit. So how in the world does she get past that crippling doubt? Well, it's not by suddenly gaining super strength. It's by finding her purpose. She remembers why she's doing this in the first place, for all those sleeping kids, for their happy dreams. By focusing on something bigger than herself, she finds the fuel to push through her own fear. And there it is. That's the turning point. She's not denying who she is. She's redefining it. She says, yeah, I'm small, so what? She refuses to let her size dictate her courage. This is the exact moment Lumi starts to truly believe that she can be a hero. So after getting through all those trials, our hero finally reaches what's called the central ordeal. This is the climax of the story, the biggest challenge yet, where the hero has to face their greatest fear head on. For Lumi, that means finally reaching the fading heart star.
This question is so important because it clues us in that the answer isn't going to be what we think. This isn't a problem you can solve with a sword or a fight. The solution has to be something different, something more delicate.
And there's our answer. Wow, the great and powerful heart star isn't sick, it's lonely. The root of the problem isn't physical, it's emotional. And that kind of problem doesn't need a warrior, it needs a hero with empathy. So what does Lumi do? She uses the very things that make her who she is, her kindness, her compassion, her big heart. She doesn't fight the darkness. She heals it with a connection, with a promise, and with a simple, beautiful song. And the reward for her actions is immediate and absolute. The light comes flooding back, not because she won a battle, but because she made a friend. She's completed her main objective, and the whole world is brighter for it. But wait, the journey isn't over just because the main problem is solved. The hero has to make it back home and bring that reward, that solution, back to their community. And in doing so, they show everyone just how much they've changed. Look at that. Lumi comes back, but she's not just Lumi anymore. She's a guardian. She's earned a new title, a new purpose, and the respect of her entire community. She left as someone who just wanted to help, and she came back a proven hero. Her transformation is totally complete. And finally, we get to the whole point of the story. In the hero's journey, this is called the elixir. It's the lesson or the treasure that the hero brings back that can heal their world. It's the wisdom that we can all learn from their adventure. So, when you boil it all down, Lumi's real magic, it was never in her wings. It was never some secret spell. Her magic was her character. It was the courage to take that first scary step, the empathy to really listen to someone's pain, and the perseverance to see the whole thing through to the end. That's what makes a hero. And so the story wraps up by connecting Lumi's journey right back to us. It's this beautiful reminder that this kind of heroism, the quiet, small, full of heart kind, isn't just for fairy tales. It's a gentle, protective force that can brighten our own world too, maybe even while we're sleeping.